Hi, it's Natalie flyGIRL Kelley, and I am here in OSHKOSH at the world's biggest, greatest fly-in, and I am here with a very special girl in aviation. She is on Instagram, Indiana Jodes, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her aviation background, journey, and what her goals are.
Hi everyone, I'm Indiana Jodes. I'm a private pilot turned aircraft mechanic, and I sort of stumbled into aviation by accident, and I've loved it ever since.
So, has your family had any background in aviation whatsoever?
My dad was a private pilot at one point, just sort of for fun, but aviation was something that I kind of discovered on my own. I wasn't aware that any of my family had any background in it.
Yeah.
It was something that I kind of fell into myself.
Tell me what it's like, the mechanic side of things.
Well, I initially got into aircraft maintenance because while I was doing my flight training, something would occasionally go wrong with the airplane I was flying, and instead of sitting off on the sidelines and waiting for the issue to be repaired, I wanted to get in and understand what went wrong, and most importantly, why everything went wrong, how the airplanes worked. I wanted to learn them inside and out to have more of an appreciation for the way they fly.
Yeah.
It also, I hope it makes me a better aircraft owner in the long run, because you can understand how to take care of the airplanes, how to read the signs, from the engine health to just the way the aircraft performs in different conditions.
Has it been easy for you or difficult?
It's been a really steep learning curve. I didn't grow up in a family that liked to take apart cars and put them back together and see how things worked, and I didn't think I had any sort of mechanical aptitude whatsoever. Prior to starting A&P school, I'd never picked up a wrench or shot a rivet in my life before, and it's been a really incredible learning experience.
How do you like it now?
I do, really, because I'm learning new things every day, and it's just building blocks of skills, learning how to use hand tools, learning how to apply those tools to the aircraft in front of you, and I just love maintenance because it's a never-ending process of problem solving.
Mm-hmm. Are you surrounded by guys in this?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, but they've been very supportive so far in the industry, and that only 2% of aircraft mechanics are women, so it's nice to be part of that, part of raising that statistic.
Yeah. Do you have any other females in class with you?
We do, actually. We have, out of our class of 12 people right now, there are 4 females. It's a bit surprising.
Nice,
it kind of shocked the school, but it's pretty cool.
So what are your goals with aviation? You want to be a mechanic? You want to be a pilot? You want to do both? What are you thinking?
I'd like to do both. You gain so much more of an appreciation and this new perspective as to how each side works. I'd love to stay around Warbirds and vintage aircraft for the rest of my life, and I really hope I do. But in the meantime, I would like to expand, venture into corporate aviation, and see where that goes. I feel like one of the most common misconceptions about the Warbird world is that you need to have grown up in a Warbird family in order to become involved, and that's absolutely not the case. And while there are a lot of really incredible people that have been brought up in that environment, there are ways that you, just someone off the street with a genuine interest, can get involved. Commemorative Air Force is a great way if you're willing to just hang around, turn wrenches. It's a great opportunity, but the number one way to get involved in the Warbird world is just hang around. You're not going to get paid. You're going to spend a lot of time hanging around, but the people that you meet make it so much more worthwhile, and the experience you gain if you truly love the aircraft that you're working with, it's incredible.
Have you had any really great experiences that you remember somehow involved in aviation that really kind of changed and really flamed your passion for it?
A couple of years ago at OSHKOSH, I had the opportunity to fly with Harrison Ford.
Oh my gosh!
Young Eagle, and
that
was
so cool.
Right before I'd begun my flight training, and an experience like that really shaped the rest of my time in aviation.
Yeah.
That was just something that I'll never forget.
What's the first step for them to get involved?
The first step, go out to air shows, introduce yourself to the pilots, introduce yourself to the ground crew. Don't be afraid to go out, just introduce yourself as a pilot or as a student pilot or just as someone who likes being around airplanes.
Yeah. Have you found the community to be welcoming?
It has been welcoming. It depends where you go, really, but the vast majority that I've encountered has been incredibly welcoming. As long as you go in, you're humble, you let them know that you're willing to learn, and you know your place within the aviation industry. If you go in with a bit of humility and an open mind, you'll be fine. I'd say if you're interested in aircraft maintenance, go for it. Don't be afraid to take that step, even if you've never turned a wrench before. Start school, see if it's your cup of tea. Find your network, find people who are willing to support you, whether it's your family, your friends, or even some of your classmates who you meet on the first day. If it really does spark your passion, follow through with it completely.
Well, how can people find you on social media?
They can find me on Instagram at indiana.jodes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again. so I am here with Megan Ryan. So tell me why you're in OSHKOSH, and then let's talk about how you got involved in aviation.
So I'm currently in OSHKOSH because of aviation exploring, and our base camp we have here is actually right next to the Civil Air Patrol. So if you know the grounds and you know where Civil Air Patrol is, we're right next to Civil Air Patrol. And we have a really good relationship with EAA that allows all of us to come here really, really cheap and volunteer for the entire week. So because I've been here for a long time, and since I'm over 18, I get the wonderful opportunity to work on the flight line. So I get to marshal airplanes as they come in when the airport, OSHKOSH Airport, is open. I get to marshal in airplanes as small as a Cessna to as large as a 747, and it is a cool experience.
That's cool. Is that like a coveted position?
Yeah, so in order to work point, which is on the flight line, you have to have been at the aviation exploring base for at least 2 years, and you got to be over 18. Once you hit those 2 check marks, then you're good to go. Then you can work out on the flight line. So it's so much fun.
Really cool.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in aviation? What's your background in aviation?
So my first introduction to aviation was when I was 14. I got my first ever airplane ride, and it was with another program called Right Flight. And basically schools partner with Right Flight, and my private school that I went to when I was in middle school / junior high, they did this program. And basically what you have to do is you have to complete a course, you pass an exam with a B or higher, and then you also have to set a goal for yourself within your school. So my goal was to maintain a B+ average in math. I'm not very good with numbers at all, so that was a challenge for me, but I was able to make my goal, and then I was also able to pass the exam. So since I did all that, I got a 30-minute airplane ride, which was amazing. And then that's how I found out about aviation exploring, and that's how I got involved in this world and got bit by the aviation bug, so to speak.
Any bucket lists?
Oh gosh. I do have a few things that I would like to check off the list. One is a P-51 ride. I've always wanted to ride at a P-51 ever since I've seen one, you know. A few others, I think it would be really cool to take a trip around the world. I'm a big fan of Shasta Wise and her foundation that she started, which is Dream Soar. Definitely could see myself starting my own organization similar to hers and doing something like that, inspiring others to get involved in aviation, girls, young men, anybody.
What are your goals with aviation?
For now, at the moment, it's getting my private. I'm creeping up on 85 hours. Whether I go commercial or corporate, as far as airlines go, I'm not sure. At this point, if I get paid to fly airplanes, I'll be happy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I really do like vintage airplanes. So if I could fly like a Lockheed Electra, just like Amelia Earhart did,
that would be awesome.
I think that would be so cool to take that same airplane and fly it around the world and do the same trip that she did. That would be amazing.
That would be. That's cool. Well, if you had to give some advice to someone, what do they need to do to kind of map out their course if they want to get involved in aviation?
I would say, start planning now. Preparation planning is key for success in whatever you do in life. So start thinking early on what you want to do, where you want to go, and make a goal for yourself. Plans without action are just plans, and then goals are important to have. Think about, 15, 20 years from now when you're 30 or 40 years old, where do you want to be at in your life, Start planning early.
Yeah. All right, thanks for watching. It's Natalie, flyGIRL Kelley. Check out my website, flygirlllc.com. How can people find you on social media?
Give me a friend request, Megan Ryan on Facebook, Valley Falls, Kansas. Contact me through my email, megan91599@gmail.com. Give me an email. I'd appreciate networking with you and getting into contact with you, all that.
Yeah. All right, thank you. See ya.
Thank you.